So we're gonna do the first part, which is we talk about our week adventures in screenwriting, and I'll share something, you share something, and then we'll get into everything. But I was so excited to have you on because it's kind of a really unique place to catch you. Usually we have people on after the movie's done and when it's getting released, and we're getting you fresh from like making the movie. And I've been following this one a little bit from the outside and have seen it in various iterations. So I thought it'd be a really unique lens to talk to you today. I'm going to share my week, which was waiting for notes. And it reminds me of like this business is all about the productive things you do while you're waiting around. you know, like to hear back. And so I've been trying to be productive this week as we're in that seat of waiting for notes. And you just never know how it's going to go. You just don't know how it's going to go.
And is that the notes you just got this morning, or you're still waiting?
I have to say that notes call got pushed to next week, right? So
Ugh.
it's more waiting, and that's okay. We got partners and they got stuff, but yeah.
But what is your go-to, or like, what's the best way to wait for those notes? Like, what have you
Well, as
found to
you
be
know, I used to
successful?
paint, I used to collage, and I would just like, stand up and go and paint something, and I don't do that so much anymore. There's plenty going on here at Storyhouse and TSL and Netflix that you become less of a creator and more of an administrator, which is, I think, directing too. You kind of like are,
Yeah.
you know, uh, uh, taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and things are constantly coming up and decisions and all that.
Before we get into me, I believe I've gone to the restroom right near a piece of your art, and
Yeah.
that's yeah. It's
My art
accompanied
is in
me.
the bathroom here at Storyhouse. So,
It's yeah, it's accompanied me on many a journey. Joe, thank you for that. My week, okay, my week Tuesday, we got through Reel 5, cutting the movie that I just directed, and my editor just went out of town, and so we were racing. We're on week 4 of the cut, so this is actually the fastest I've ever cut a movie, like, and been in this situation where I feel confident. Normally, in a lot of processes, I feel really shitty about what I'm doing until it gets good. It's bad until it's good. This one is very strange because it feels great right off the bat. I think I have a great editor who put together an incredible cut. And so we started it off in a good place, started off on the right foot. And I finally watched it back uh, yesterday or the day before, I think yesterday. And then I just went to sleep for 3 hours. So that was also part of my week, was like giving myself the rest after all of this hard work, um, and just going like, yeah, I'm going home. I'm gonna hit the hay.
super important to rest. I find it very hard to do. We were just talking offline about baseball, like just having that thing that you can turn off your mind. It's sometimes hard to watch a movie when and rest. Like that used to be a
It's the
go-to.
wrong, we're in the wrong business, right? Like, where it's like, oh, let me just turn on like a TV show or watch a movie, and then you're like, I don't know. You're like, why didn't I do that? And like, that's such an easy way to break into the third act, and you're like, yeah, everywhere you look, like, it's just mocking you.
So just give us some and we can kind of feather into the discussion, but when did you finish the film? How many weeks have you been editing? And for those of you though who don't know, what is Reel 5?
Okay, great questions. So when did I finish? We finished shooting this movie, I think, about 5 weeks ago, um, and it was a 23-day shoot. Monday through Friday, so that panned out over number of weeks, and definitely the shortest production schedule I've ever been a part of. Normally I work on like 40-day shoots, or 40 plus. Um, so having to cram in a lot of pages per day. Um, our movie is about soap operas, and we visited a soap opera set. They shoot 116 pages a day. We were shooting like 8 or 9 pages, but normally we shoot like 3 or 4 pages a day on the bigger schedules. So reel five. So each, I guess this goes back to when they actually were changing reels when they used to show film. You couldn't fit that much film on a big reel. So they, you know, we, I can't, I sound so old. I'm like, there used to be these sprockets. And then there was a hole that sort of signified that the reel was going to end. And then the projectionist would switch reels. So like you would watch, it's usually like 20 to 30 minutes. And then they would switch the reel. And then it would be the next 20 to 30 minutes. And then they would switch the reel.
The third act, or
Reel five is the third act. Yeah, that's so. So that was 20. It's about 25 minutes. So this was the third act of the movie, and
so you've worked your way through the movie at least once or twice, or you finally got the third act.
second pass, and I always try something new on every movie, but this time it was let's do all the easy notes first, get through the whole movie with the easy notes, and then we'll come back to the hard stuff. So that was kind of what we did. Went through the whole movie that way, and then started from the beginning for the really the tough decisions and the like. Oh, this is going to take 2 or 3 days kind of situations. So that was it was very helpful. I think in writing as well as editing, small victories and in production, small victories, the sort of checklist method of like, did it. All of a sudden, there's momentums and there's momentum and these wins that you can go like, oh, I'm actually a blank. I'm actually a writer. I'm actually a director. I'm actually
Take me
yeah.
take me through what for you is a small win.
Yeah, great. I mean, in terms of writing, the second I hear clickety clack is a win. Like literally sitting down at my desk is a small win. Like opening up the file, looking at a blank page, and then you know doing doing that, and then clickety clackety. Even if it's a stream of consciousness, or here's what I don't want this to be, or some stupid backstory about something that I'm, procrastinating, like this sort of healthy procrastination, like that. Like when if it has to do with the movie, uh, it's a small win. You know, any movement, even taking a walk and thinking about it, to me is the small win because you're putting a concerted effort into trying to solve a creative problem. So taking a shower and and like thinking about what to do once you finally sit down is the small win.
The,
So
the,
I
and
think
if you
like yeah,
find yourself taking 5 showers a day, you know you're in trouble.
then
Right?
you know what
Let
you just
the
like people can't take that kind of winning.